Hello children, good morning everyone. Welcome back. Here this is Priya from Alpha International CBSE School, Bahur. Children, today we are going to revise which we have learned last month. The Fun They Had chapter 1 because this lesson will be the syllabus portion for your exam for the unit test portion. So you have to prepare for the unit test in this lesson only. That's what I'm going to give revision in this part. Before starting my revision part, let me summarize the story first. The summarize of the story only helps you to develop hints to rewrite the answers. Frame your own answers in the examination. Here the summarization starts here. Chapter 1, the fun they had. Children, the story, the fun they had was written by Isaac Asimov. So this author wrote this story, and in this story he gives us about the two students, two children, Tommy and Margie, who used to live in 2157, in the year 2157, because it is a science fiction story. It is like an imagination story, what will happen in the future. So keeping that in his mind, he wrote this story. And the story begins here. The story starts with two characters, Margie and Tommy. And the story starts with whom? Margie. Here Margie is writing in her diary about an old book that Tommy had found. Margie was reminded, like her grandfather used to tell her about his grandfather who used to go to schools and study, and where there was a human teacher, where there were human teachers to teach them, because in this world, in Margie's world, there are no human teachers, there are only robotic teachers. So she don't know about the real teachers like us, like we all, right, what we are teaching for you. For them, they used to learn through the computers. So she remembers that particularly, that her grandfather saying about his grandfather who went to school and were taught by human teachers. However, Margie and Tommy lived in the future world in the year 2157, and their way of education is completely different when compared to ours, because but currently what we are doing is somewhat equal to them. What we are doing now, we are learning through our mobile phones, gadgets like mobiles, laptops and computer, television, right? The same way, in that, in the future year, they will learn, then their way of education will be through computers. So they did not go to school. Margie and Tommy did not go to school, and their education was completely digitalized. And then they had a special study room also, which will be adjacent to their bedroom, and that study room will be inside their house only. For in a particular given time, they used to switch on their computers or laptops, anything else, and they used to follow their teacher's instruction. The teacher here is a computer teacher, which is programmed. Robotic teacher in the sense there will not be any robots in front of them, like it will be computerized and programmed to teach particular lessons. And now children, the computer teacher was programmed and adjusted according to the needs of each child. And now and then the computer teacher also sometimes they also do mistakes, right? We teachers also, we human teachers also will do mistakes, but we will rectify with what? With interaction with you guys, and by referring many books and checking the answer for the right. But those computer teachers will be actually they will be programmed with some matter. So they also do some mistakes. Both Tommy and Margie wondered at the book found by Tommy in his attic. One day Tommy found the book in his attic, and both were wondered. That book is a little old, very old book with yellow pages and the crinky pages. Crinky means like like this crushed old pages. After seeing that real book, till that day they didn't see any real book because they used to see all the words, lessons and everything on the screen which will be moving constantly. But in this real book, the words were printed, they are not moving and they are staying in that place. So they are discussing about those real books, how the words were there, they are comparing the present schools and the olden days schools, and then they are comparing the books, way of reading, way of teaching, everything they both are comparing, and this discussion is all about the lesson. And after the discussion between Tommy and Margie, Margie felt that the computer teacher was really boring. She felt the computer teacher was really boring, and whenever the computer is repaired, some county inspector comes there and repairs it. Yes or no? And she always feels stressed. Only on Saturday, Sunday only she will feel free. She will not read or write anything because her mother says the learning children, if they are learning perfectly in the weekdays, no need to struggle in the weekends. So that strategy they used to follow in learning. But whatever they do, Margie always feels that computer teacher was boring, and when she came to know about the her grandfather's real school, real teachers, real books, real friends, playgrounds, school buildings, everything, when she came to know, she started disliking the mechanical teacher completely. And she also was just imagining, she was like swimming in that virtual world, like how much fun it would be studying in a school, sitting with the friends, chatting with their friends and interacting with the teachers. So she was willing to have such type of relationship and bonding between the teachers and friends in the school, and she did not like that computer teacher. So studying is always a fun thing when we do it in a passion. Studying in a fun way with other children, and that too from a human teacher, is a very good experience for a child for the future, for their future to grow. So children, this is all the story is about, like how the children from the future, it means like to 2150, in the year 2157, where there were no books, no teachers, and only e-learning, computerized computer learning, and they were comparing, how they are comparing about that year to olden years here, like now what we are here. And the lesson is about the county teacher, how he came and repaired it, and the discussion between the Tommy and Margie, everything. At last those children found that the computerized learning, the digitalized learning is not effective for them, and they love to go to school and they want to be with their teachers and friends in the school campus. So with this the story ends, children. And now let us revise the classwork content. Okay children? So children, let us start our revision part with synonyms. Roman number 1 is synonyms. Let me read, children, because already I have explained each and every word, the meaning of each and every word during the lesson time. Now I am giving the revision by reading this, so that you can know what are the words and what are the meanings related. If you have written any mistakes in your classwork, you will be checking those. And if you are not aware of any words, again, if you are not unable to read those words, you can take help of me. Like when I am reading, you can follow me, or else you can underline that, and also you can know how to pronounce that particular words. Okay children? So open your classworks and keep your fingers and come along with me. If you don't have classworks, you can open this PPT presentation and read along with me, or else listen carefully, like what are the words and question answers, how they were given and how I am pronouncing that, and where to give pauses, like where to give breaks or where to stop and where to continue. And I'm not going to explain the meanings for each and everything. I will read so that with the way I am reading for you will be like explanation, because I'll give the pause, I'll do the voice modulation, tone development and everything, so that while whenever I'm reading, I'm continuously reading, you can understand my way of reading. In the same way, it will be like an explanation only. Okay, children. So let me start with the synonyms now. The first one is crinky. Crinky means with many folds. Second one, awfully, terribly. Third one, attic, a space used just below the roof, used as storeroom. Scornful, contemptuous. Through, complete. Telebooks, telebooks means books on television screen. Slot, a given space. Geared, adjusted to a particular level. Loftily, in a superior way. Regular, normal. Betcha, to make a bet. Dispute, disagree. Nonchalantly, this word you have to keep in your mind, children. Not showing much interest. So whenever you are even speaking in class also, when you are not having interest, like in something what we are some, like if you want to show your regret, or like you are not willing to do hesitation, you can use that word, that nonchalantly. And beneath, under. Screamed, cried, lovely. So these are the 15 synonyms you are having in the classwork content. So read thoroughly. Don't make any mistakes in the examination, spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes, children. Okay. So now let us go to the next slide. And here we have given Roman number 2 and Roman number 3 in the same slide. Maybe the Roman number 3 might have been changed in your classwork. So take the last Roman when I am teaching the third Roman. Roman number 2 now is antonyms. Antonyms means opposite words. Opposite words you have to exactly write the opposite what we have given. It is not sure like compulsory to write the same word what I have given, children. If you feel that some other word suits this word, you can write your own answer also. Okay. So first one is turn back. Turn back means in order. Apart, together. Apart means like separated. The answer is together. Disappointed means sad. Answer is satisfied. Satisfied means happy. Geared, disorganized. Geared in the sense means disorganized is the opposite. Geared means it's not in order. It's not in a proper way. It's geared. Disorganized. So sorry children, geared is in an ordered way and answer is disorganized, not in a proper way. Fifth one is superior, inferior, regular, irregular, funny, boring, screamed, be quiet, taught, informed, mechanical, manual. So now the Roman number 3 answered the following with reference to the story. Children, this will be the last part of the classwork content. I think in your classwork you have written it as something for 4th Roman or 5th Roman. You open that and see. If not, you can see in the presentation itself. So with reference to the story means we will be giving a phrase from the lesson, and from that phrase 3 questions will be developed and asked and you have to write your answers. So I wouldn't throw it away. The phrase from the lesson is I wouldn't throw it away. It means who says these words? I wouldn't throw it away. Who said these words? Margie says these words. What does it refer to here? The word it refers to the real book that Tommy found. Okay. And what is it being compared with by the speaker? What is the speaker comparing the book with? The speaker compares it with a telebook. Telebook means which is printed in the screen. Which is printed in the screen. Now coming to the second question. Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man. So what does they refer to? They had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher means here they refer to the people of the old times. Number 2, here. Here regular refers to the, what does regular means here? Regular refers to the mechanical teacher, because for Margie and Tommy regular teacher means mechanical teacher only, right? Okay. Number 3, what is it contrasted with? It is contrasted with normal teacher of earlier times, who was a living human being. Contrasted with means children is comparing. So we are, it is here, it was a man. It is contrasted with what? Earlier times, a real living human being. So this is the reference to the story, children. And next, Roman number 4 is answer these questions in a few words or a couple of sentences. It means you have to answer these questions in a single line. So these questions will carry 1 mark, children. So let me read the question and answer, and you also check. First one, how old are Margie and Tommy? Margie is 11 and Tommy is 13 years old. What did Margie write in her diary? Margie wrote in her diary, today, 17 May 2157, Tommy found a real book. The third question is, had Margie ever seen a book before? No, Margie had never seen a book before. Fourth question, what things about the book did she find strange? The book had yellow and wrinkled pages. The words of the book were still. They did not move as the words move on the computer screen. She found these things strange. Fifth question, what do you think a telebook is? A telebook is displayed on the television screen, and the text of a telebook is similar to the book. So where was Margie's school? Did she have any classmates? Margie's school was near her own bedroom. She did not have any classmates. Seventh one, what subjects did Margie and Tommy learn? Margie learned geography and mathematics. Tommy learned history and mathematics. So these are the 7 questions, but in the examination we will not ask the same questions, children. We may twist the question into multiple choice, or we may twist the question. So you must be able to answer this. How will you be able to answer for our own questions? Only when you are ready with the concept. If you know the story very well, you can answer it, right? Yes. Now let us go to the next Roman. Roman number 5. Answered each of these questions in the short paragraph about 30 words. Children, the Roman numbers may vary from your classwork, because while typing here we have concise the exercises and typed. So the Roman number changes, but in your classwork it will be different. But you take this short answer, short paragraph type questions, okay? The first question, what kind of teachers did Margie and Tommy have? Margie and Tommy had mechanical teachers. They were taught on computers and television screens. They did not have a living person as a teacher who would teach the people in a classroom. It's not people's children, people in the classroom. Okay. And number 2, why did Margie's mother send for the county inspector? You all remember, right? County inspector came to repair the mechanical teacher, and also he patted Maggie's head, and he said, and he also gave something to eat, an apple to Margie, right? Do you remember that? Yes. Here answer comes here. Margie's mother sent for the county inspector because the mechanical teacher was not functioning efficiently. It had been giving her test after test after test in geography, and she had been doing worse and worse. Third question, what did he do? He slowed down the mechanical teacher's speed up to an average 10-year level. The mechanical teacher's speed was controlled and adjusted according to the IQ level of Margie. It means Margie's mental level, her age level. Okay, children? And the continuation of the last slide is fourth question. Why was Margie doing badly in geography? Why did the county inspector do what did the county inspector do to help her? Margie had been doing badly in geography. This was because the mechanical teacher was very fast in displaying the questionnaire. The county inspector adjusted its speed up to an average 10-year level. Thus, the mechanical teacher's speed was controlled appropriately. The county inspector assured that the overall pattern of Margie's progress was quite satisfactory. Yes or no, children? Yes, the county inspector, he knew that Margie's IQ level is very good. Only the mistake was on the computer only, computer teacher. There is a fault in that machine. Okay. Fifth question. What had once happened to Tommy's teacher? Tommy's teacher was taken away for nearly a month because the history sector had blanked out completely. So Tommy had nothing to do during that period. He only relaxed and enjoyed. And the sixth question, did Margie have regular days and hours for school? If so, why? Yes, Margie had regular days and hours for school because her mother said little girls learn better if they learned at regular hours. The last two questions in this Roman are 7th and 8th. The 7th question is, how does Tommy describe the old kind of school? Tommy says that the old schools were different. They had a special building and all the kids went there to study. They laughed and shouted in the schoolyard. They enjoyed time together and learned lessons together in a classroom. Eighth one, how does he describe the old kind of teachers? He says that the old teachers did not live in the house. They had a special building and all the kids went there. They gave homework to students. They were not mechanical teachers but living human beings. So this is what the comparison and difference between the old kind of teachers and the future teachers. Okay, children. So with this Roman over, and the next let us discuss about the long answers. So these are the long answers. It means you have to answer these questions in 100 to 150 words. Answer each of these questions in 2 or 3 paragraphs. Like you have to cover nearly 100 to 150 words, children. And these questions may carry 3 to 5 marks in the examination. Okay. Let me read the first question. What are the main features of the mechanical teacher and the classrooms that Margie and Tommy have in the story? Margie and Tommy have mechanical teachers. They need not go to school for getting a formal education. The mechanical teacher is placed in one of the rooms of the house and they can get the knowledge of various subjects of individually from the mechanical teacher. They don't have such classrooms where students sit together. They study from the telebooks. So they don't say they sorry children. They so the day sorry, I'm just blabbering. So they don't require books and exercise books. The examination system is very different. They do homework in a different way. Margie has to write them out in a punch code and she learned it when she was 6 years old. So the system of their education is technologically advanced and not based on printed books like what we are using now, children. Okay. And the second detailed question is, why did Margie hate school? Why did she think the old kind of school must have been fun? The answer is, the meaning of the question is, why did Margie hate school and why she is disliking her school and why she got interest in our type of schools? That is the meaning, okay? Answer. Margie hated her school because she had a mechanical teacher. It was in her house only. She was supposed to sit in that room alone to complete her home tasks or assignments. The part Margie hated most was the slot where she had to put homework and test papers. She thought that the old schools must have been fun because the students used to sit together in the classroom. They enjoyed, laughed, and shouted in the schoolyard. Schoolyard means in the school ground, school premises. Okay. Children needed company. Children needed what? Company to enhance their skills. It means enhance their skills. Children need their, it means they need their friends' support to develop their skills. The last point, if they are isolated, isolated means if they are alone, they get depressed and dejected. So this is the reading and explanation of second question, children. Do you agree with Margie that schools today are more fun than the schools in the story? Give reasons for your answer. Children, you have to agree, like you have to write your own. They're asking your views. Okay. So we have to write like this. There is no doubt that today's schools are more funny than the future schools discussed in the story. This school has nothing but a mechanical teacher with no emotions and sentiments. It does not have the ability to understand the psychology of a child. Moreover, it guides a not a people children here people. It guides people according to its adjusted modes. But today's schools work for the overall development of a child. They learn the same thing. The teachers are real human beings. They learn how to adapt themselves to the new surroundings and cope with the strangers. The students sit and learn together. These activities don't give vent to the feelings of depression, alienation, and segregation. So, this is about the third question. Okay, children. Let us now let us start the revision for poem. Okay, children. The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. So we have discussed already about the poem, children. So no summarization now regarding the poem, because while reading the question answer itself, you can get all the points what we have discussed in the last month. I mean the poem. If you want to know the lesson, the story again, you can go back and click the old poem PPT video and you can listen to the story. Okay, children. So let me revise the synonyms and answer the following question answers. So first synonyms, diverge. Diverge means dividing, okay. Separated and took a different direction. Number 2, undergrowth. Dense growth of plants and bushes. Number 3, unwanted wear. Had not been used. Wanted wear means had not been used. For example, the road, if it is not been used for so many days, we will tell that road as wanted view. Hence, here, the future. Okay, children. So now going to the second part, second Roman, answer the following. The first question is, where does the traveler find himself? What problem does he face? The traveler finds himself in the yellow woods. Yellow woods means, children, here yellow woods means a road which is filled with leaves. During the autumn season, the leaves fall, right? So that road looks like yellow color. Looks in yellow. So we call it as yellow woods. The traveler finds himself in the yellow woods at a point where the road divides into two. The problem that he faces is that he cannot decide which road to take to continue his journey, since it is not possible for him to travel both roads at the same time. Second question. So children, for this second question consists of 5 phrases and you have to discuss and write about the, not discussing, you have to write about 5, I mean you have to describe those 5 phrases in the examination. Okay, don't ignore this question. And second question is, discuss what these phrases mean to you. A yellow wood, it was greasy and wanted wear. The passing there, leaves no step had trodden black. And the last one, how way leads on to way. So children, the answer is For first one, yellow wood symbolizes the autumn season. Yellow wood means what? It symbolizes the autumn season. Autumn corresponds with old age. The poet could be symbolically talking about the later stages of life. Number 2, it conveys that the road was full of grass and nobody has used that road. It was a smooth road which had not worn out. Third one, the use of the path by passerby. And fourth, passerby means children, uh, people working on the way, that is called by passerby. So next one, the leaves had not changed their color and turned black because of less people stepping on them. It could represent a path one may have never seldom taken in life for the fear of uncertainty. And the fifth, the meaning for the fifth phrase is what? This phrase means how certain decisions one makes in life could pave the way for many other decisions. So this is the explanation for those 5 phrases given in the question 2. Okay, children? Third question, is there any difference between the two roads as the poet describes them in stanza 2 and 3 in the last 2 lines of the poem? So we have to tell the difference between the two roads as the poet describes them in stanza 2 and 3 and in the last 2 lines of the poem also. So first thing, in stanza 2, the poet explains that the only difference between the two roads was that the road he took had the right to be chosen because it was covered with grass and looked as if it had not been used too much. Besides these differences, both roads had been equally worn down by passerby travelling on them. In stanza 3, the poet says that that was actually only one that should be there, that both the roads were equally covered with leaves and that no person had stepped on. The second, for the answer for the second part is in the third question. In the last 2 lines of the poem, the poet says that there is the difference between the two roads because he took the road that was less traveled by other people and that made all the difference to his journey. Fourth question, what do you think the last 2 lines of the poem mean? The last 2 lines of the poem mean the acceptance of reality. The poet made a choice and accepted the challenging path. He took an unexplored path in his life. He wanted to do something different in his life. So he chooses the less traveled road. So these are the last 2 questions in poem The Road Not Taken. The fifth question, have you ever had to make a difficult choice? How will you make the choice and for what reason? No, till now I have never been in these questions. When you can write, this is your own based question, okay? They are asking about your opinion. The answer is no. Till now I have never been in a situation in which I had to make a difficult choice. Perhaps I am still too young to make an independent choice. I think I may take difficult choice in my future regarding my profession like a doctor, engineer or something else. I will choose a path that gives me satisfaction and mental peace. I will not join the rat race for money. Like the poet in the poem, I will choose a challenging and explored path in my life. And this answer is based on your age level. Like if a 9th standard child writes an answer, how will it would be? So this is a very good answer, right children? I hope so. Yeah. The last question. Sixth one. After you have made a choice, do you always think about what might have been or do you accept the reality? And the answer is taking a decision sometimes makes or spoils our future. Having made a choice, I accept the reality. Reconsidering a decision or contemplating over it is not a positive approach towards life. Such thoughts never allow us to be happy with what we have gained from our decision. Therefore, I believe in sticking to my decision. So, children, with this, the revision of chapter 1, the fun they had and the revision for chapter 1's poem, the road not taken, classwork content has over and the summarization is over, and the grammar part I will be explaining in a shortcut in the question pattern. For grammar, if you want to know what grammar I have given, like how it has to be solved, you can check the grammar presentation also. Okay, children? Yes. Thank you, children. So let us go to the question pattern and discuss how the questions come, how the answers you have to write, for what all the questions, how many marks have been segregated, and how you have to strategize yourself to gain the marks according to the mark scheme. So let us discuss about the mark scheme and then let us prepare for the examination. Okay, children? So here is the question pattern for your unit test formative assessment. So children, this question pattern is segregated into 3 parts, section A, section B and section C. In section A, you will be coming across the reading comprehension. You are all well good enough right in reading comprehension. The passage will be given and from the passage nearly 5 to 10 questions will be asked. Either the questions may be in a single sentence or fill-ups or multiple choice questions. And in section B, writing and grammar. This is for 11 marks, children. In the first Roman is fill in the blanks with suitable adverbs given. So we had discussed in grammar part, right? So we will give a passage and the adverbs also. You have to choose the right adverb and fill it in the blanks. This is for 2 marks. The blanks may be 4 to 6 blanks. So each mark will be given nearly half mark. Okay, each blank will be given, each answer will be given nearly half mark. So Roman number 2, complete the following conditional sentences using if or unless. This also we have in discussed, right children, using if or unless, how to write frame a sentence using if or unless. You will be having 3 sentences like fill up format. You have to fill that and each question will carry 1 mark. So total 3 questions, 3 marks. Roman number 3, make adverbs from adjectives. So here we are giving some adjective words and you have to change those adjectives into adverbs. So 4 questions will be given, 4 into half equal to 2 marks. Fourth question, fourth Roman, describe the picture in about 6 to 8 lines. The picture will be given. With the help of, with the reference with the picture, you have to frame a small story. If at all you can write a point wise also. So children, 3 marks means for every point we give you half mark. So 6 points equal to 3 marks. If one line is, if you write one point wrong, half mark will go. So better write 8 to 10 lines so that you will be giving us a choice to correct your sentences, so that if one is wrong another may be right. So try to frame 8 to 10 sentences so that we will be selecting 6 sentences which are good enough in grammar. Okay children. So next Roman number 3. Roman number 3 is not Roman number 3, it's section C. Section C is from the literature, from the textbook part. First Roman is synonyms. Out of those synonyms, 3 questions will be asked, each carries half mark. So total 1.5 mark for 3 questions. And then antonyms. Antonyms also the same, 2 questions will be asked which carries half mark each and the total marks are 1. And reference to the story. Here a sentence, a phrase will be chosen from the lesson and from that phrase 3 questions will be asked. And for each and for on this, in the 3 questions, each question carries half mark, so that the 3 questions carries half mark each means how much? 1.5 mark. So Roman number 4, answer the question in about 30 words. Here only one question will be asked and for that one question you have to answer in more or less 30 words, and that question carries 2 marks. The last Roman, answer the question in about 150 words, and for that question here also only one question is will be given, and for that question 3 marks are allotted. So overall the question paper is for 25 marks, and to give you a clear sketch on question pattern we have given here. So just go through this question pattern, children, so that you can know where to get marks or where to score, which is the easy way to score high marks, so that you will be concentrating in such particular part to get more marks. And this is a question pattern, and with this part the revision session will be ended, children. I hope you will prepare well for the examination, and I hope all of you are staying safe at home. And thank you, children. This is Priya signing off from Alpha International CBSE School. Thank you, children.